I've been putting videos up, and I like the new scheduling of the Monday and Friday idea for the sake of Mars and Cancer. For me personally, it's a very beneficial time for the natural Martian person. See, a natural Martian person is kind of overheating in their ability to respond and be there for people, and they have been needing a rest. And well, there's this time of arrest, a time of restoration and re-energizing. And in fact, in babes, this is for all the brunt of humanity. We cannot mention it too much as an astrologer because they're not going to tell you on the Channel 4 News. Did you notice the opportunity that we're in the middle of a passage right now? If you're doing it right, you're doing radical self-care on all levels. It's about your mental health, number one. Of course, you're not going to achieve that without having an environment, which is your body, first off, and then the environment that reflects that, in fact, mental health is possible. And we're not talking about being so orderly that it's impossible to be creative. What we're talking about is just the opportunity to move into creation and alter it in the way that you desire because you feel better and it feels better and better, and you just are knowing that that's the way it is. You're not like stuck trying to be safe. That's where you want to be careful of people who keep their stuff a little bit too orderly. You know, I mean, there's a balance to be made, and that's a big word to start using because with Jupiter, with Jupiter and Gemini, boy, it's trining Libra. Really beautiful opportunity to experience the Aquarius planets trine to Jupiter right now. There's 4 trines: fire, earth, air, and water. And then it goes back to starting over with Leo, and it keeps going. There's 3 trines these people get along. A lot of them are Libras. Of course, Libra rules music. Aquarius and Gemini. They get together and they do this really trippy thing, which is to play music. The word musician, muse, means to be immersed in thought, which is not tremendously a good thing. You don't want to be too lost in your imagination. That's a disease. So to ease your disease of the muse, there's a musician. See, there's physicians who specialize in the healing of the physical body, and then there's musicians who specialize in dealings with the problems of the mind. And the mind is a problem until it's seen. And it's too bad that actual musicians in the background, by the way, they're always in the background being a prop to hold up a lyricist who could be dangerous, because your talking is not where it's at. Now, singing is another whole other thing. It's a phenomenon that when people feel good naturally, when naturally people are feeling good, they sing. When you're happy and go lucky and really whistle while you work. Have you been working? People don't know what the word work means, by the way, but if it's working for you and you feel great, you start to whistle. Oh yeah, you're doing a task, whatever. I mean, we are built to do something with this stuff. Pardon me for ruining this moment. God, I'm an Aries, and I say I have my time. God, I wish I can stay on track here, don't you? How's your conversation doing? See, there is this standard sloppy ass language that puts human beings in the same category as what is the outnumbering, which is just this robotic, am I doing it right? See, this is the thing, is that everybody is experiencing trauma because you have to experience a kind of boundary breaking of your mind. Your mind needs trauma just to stand down to the fact that, well, you have a body. You want to stub your toe again and let's prove it that the truth and God exists, and didn't you get miserable because you fucking ignored it? Good God, people. Did you ever handle the truth even once? A real life experience that says, man, you know what? This is a real life halo around me that says you cannot fucking fuck with me. And I'm a target. Do you like being a target? No. Aren't you glad I didn't end it? Me too. Talk about it. It's like, you had a chance to kind of step out of it and say, wow, look at this shit. Look at that clock running over there. Really? 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 We're supposed to get on that thing and spin around? Well, fuck off. There is no time. I have made it. I'm Christ aware. Now what are you going to do? Try to put me in fear of eating a cricket? Maybe we don't really need food. I mean, I'm stopping at a lot of things just because it's not fed to me early. Nobody said, here, have a chocolate-covered ant or cricket. I wish they did, because it's obvious. It's like, well, it's the more cleaner protein. It's what could possibly override us if we don't eat them. Imagine if we learned to eat locusts or crickets that so-called take over, like, the plague. No, eat them. You're the plague who is starving, and you won't eat these? You're running as a skinny piece of shit inside of a locust patch, and you don't know what to do. It's like, and you're starving, and you can hardly run because of that. You're being eaten by the locust now. They think you're a leaf. Hi. Talk about the programming, right? You just kind of get your niche with people. There's a reason why you're associating. Number one, I hope so. It's because you benefit each other somehow. Is that wrong to think that? Comment section down below. Are your friends beneficial to you? In some way, shape, or form? And is there, like, even though it might not be of the same thing, maybe, oh God, I hate to talk about this, Steve, but because it's not exactly the truth for me, and it's been very difficult for me. Therefore, if I can't work for my friends, so-called work, there's that word work. Do we even know what that word work means? Did it work for you? Like, I associate it with contentment. Contentment. I've tried to get into the language that's here. It's not so foreign. It's right in front of your face. There's content creators. Content creators here. We are a channel. I'm a channel on YouTube. You watch it, you're like, you don't know if it's love. Let me reassure you that I'm somebody that lives, but only in reality. But see, I'm somebody who operates interdimensionally. I have stories to tell on the higher level if I can get to my higher vibrational frequency. That, okay, so it's been 3.5 years that I've fallen short of being able to have my income be independent to just my ability to be with people, right? You're supposed to, like, now talk about the fucking phenomena of, is it supposed to be friends that are supporting you, even if it's financially, because maybe you were providing a service that they needed. And see, I sound very sketchy, right? I really, comment section down below. This is important to me. I'm a human being, and that's code for I'm struggling here. Hi, how are you? Did you learn communications yet at all? I mean, did you know that might be something that they're accessing through you, but hijacking it, and you forgot that maybe you have a deep responsibility. Turn yourself on every once in a while. Thank you. Did you get content? Tell us what brings it. Beauty, I think it's not really a mystery. It's made a mystery, just like geometry is. It's like, do you think we should get a circle down right? Therefore, everything else can follow its train. You see some ancient geometric uh, puzzles or whatever. I'm looking at my cat. She is cute. She's so cute. Unbelievable. She's going through, oh my God, I just can't believe her so much. She's such a friend of mine. Talking about my cat now, all of a sudden, boom, went over there because I was talking about geometry. Fuck it. If you get into the circle, pi, infinity. That's the nature of creation right there. It's like, whoops, now what? Well, do you want some structure? Within that, you can put a triangle. There's beautiful mandalas that involve that you kind of ignore that circle that it's in. And you look at what's happening inside. There's a square, a circle, a triangle. Triangle's on top of a triangle, a square on top of a square. It's a triangle. And pretty soon you're looking at a star. And who cares? But that's music that you're looking into. You want to hear it? Listen to really good music. What's good music anymore, babes? It's starting to fade out. And I'm like, thank God. Because I'm a live playing musician. I don't know. I can barely relate, but so I'm a musician that tries to help people in a different way. Did I talk about the phenomenon, what musician means? There's the sound muse in there. That's the real word. There's ishan. Ishan, there's a lot of technician, there's physician, there's ishan. Let's get brushed up on our English language. It's very sophisticated. It's an interfacing system sent from benevolent beings who live in outer space. Would you like to know more? Well, man, I'm trying to heal myself. I am highly misunderstood by very uncreative people who do not want me to be creative because it threatens them. Because the only way that they got next to me is that I was being highly uncreative. See, the human being, the collective, is going through a dark night of the soul. It's going to do this for the next, now they're saying 20 years that Pluto is going to be in Aquarius. I have yet to look at officially what's the amount of years that Pluto will be in Aquarius. I can ask Siri right now. How many years will Pluto be in Aquarius? Pluto will be in Aquarius from late 2024 to approximately 20 years. Guess who has the moon that's in the 7th house and Jupiter aligned with Mars? Quincunx. I have moon in Aquarius in the 7th house, and Jupiter is kind of aligned with Mars, 10 degrees Pisces. Venus has gone into Aries. Now, the Martian person who is actually in a state of hibernation, our energy is not very even good. We don't feel good. We don't have our ability to be there for people, not sexually, not physically. Because Mars is in Cancer, it's very wishy-washy. It's more like this, babes. It's like this. No, the Martian people, they aren't really that wishy-washy. What's happening is we've already did our expression. I'm speaking for humanity right now. There's a side of humanity that is Martian. Now, astrology points at the very human aperture, like from nervous system, electrical, up to the physical, the bones, Capricorn, bones, heart, Leo. It's really that profound why that astrology is so bitchin', that why they hid it from you. Because it's like, okay, it would be safe to say that it's pointing at 3 levels of knowing reality, which would be bodily, mental strata. I guess, you want to be careful. That one is the one-dimensional, like, cartoon, which says, no, actually, fuck astrology. I'm going to go over here and imagine a life that's happening. And it's like, babes, you can't do that for very long because the kids will be watching. They're like, why does that person not acknowledge that reality is here and that I'm even here? Do we really have to listen to Jesus and wonder the mystical, what are they talking about? I am the truth, the light, the love, and the way. There isn't anything before or after me. I am it. And it's just saying, fucking, would you respect the fact that you're having an experience that you can't predict? And it's certainly not people, but it's really like love. I am it, and what are you going to do now? Shit your pants? Go ahead. I will clean it up. I could be your mother. See, that I am going to fucking go so far in this video as to say right now, which is getting kind of off base, I guess. Not really. I'm just trying to entertain people who are left that are entertainable, which is God. We are here to entertain God because she wants to have a good time. Gosh, dogged it. It's like, excuse me, I'm here. Now what? Don't give me a chintzy, petty, or fucking tasteless piece of entertainment that is only a reflection of me, because now that's blasphemy, and how dare you, says my own snot bubble. It's my party and I can cry if I want to, says the I am at this point. The Mars in Cancer, who's just like, did you notice the maternity ward is filling up? Also, what are we going to do about all the crying babies? It's just your nervous system. The Aries says, boy, I need a fucking rest, and you couldn't get a rest. And if you can't get a rest, I didn't say get arrested. Watch out, so you can blow up into somebody's face at this time who doesn't understand, babe. They're not respecting your space. They're not really bringing you what you need to feel restored. I am speaking for the human organism right now who has achieved the I am, who says, no, I know the Christ consciousness I am, love. And it is coveted. It's not just coveted, babes. It's trashed. Well, it's like, no, actually, that doesn't exist because the other doesn't exist, and we're fine. We're fine. In the middle, who's in the middle? People that are fucking taking over, man. They don't know one way or another. They're like, well, this person here doesn't make money. This person's crazy, or whatever. I get a whole fucking mirage of reactions that I can care less for. What we don't like about narcissism and narcissists is that they're not, they are hardly, they don't have awareness. This means that they are not doing a solid stream time of reality that pays attention. They're dangerous, therefore, so you can say, look out! And it's like, babes, there are some people that are actually would look after your best interest if there was something heading towards your head, and you just like make it a point to ignore these people that are closest to you or whatever, you're going to get hit in the head. Oh, and you always hit us in the head with your need to stay in argument. And you want us there in that frequency of just always arguing. Fucking Aries needs a break. We will play in the mud with you only for so long, but we will realize after a while, it's like, you know what, you are getting nowhere. And this is a lot of our raw energy. I'm speaking as humanity, babes. Right now it's happening. Do you realize we are in this passage right now? We are all getting through it by February. It's sucking up January and the good part of February, but by February of some date here, I think it's the 20 something, Mars hits 17 degrees right on my Saturn, which is my main lesson in life. It's everybody's main lesson in life. If you look at your Saturn, for me, it's a personal experience that hits my karma. That is, I embrace it. I have no family. I don't have. See, I'm living in a home that's kind of like it's from the family. It's a family home, and I'm getting people coming at me saying that are suggesting, no, you shouldn't have that. You should move a family in there. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. I not past the intellectual level of understanding to scale down just to make things easier on me. I am humanity, and that's where we're at right now on a lot of levels. And I say that your illusion of family, it's an illusion. Mommies and daddies are a dead-end road. If you think that you're a mother or a father, um, well, try to convince the kids that how important you are when you pass away. Were you just a good friend? See, that's what lasts forever. That's what lasts forever. A good friend lasts forever. What truly healthy couples who have stayed together for like a phenomenal 40 to 60 years, what they say is that I just married my best friend. That's what they say. In case you failed becoming a human being, there's the world. It's a big trapeze. You get into it, you take it also much more seriously than your profound responsibility to wake the fuck up and get out of it. If you knew my history and what I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And by the way, see the way you try to communicate to people that are encroaching on not you, but the environment that you love. It could be just the earth. You could say, oh God, I made it to the mountains. I know where I am and why I am. I live in intention here to be with something that is very sacred and not well known, but let's just be with it, man. That talk about Christ aware, just going boom and being able to fish in the streams and know that this is the way it is. It's actually too much that it's embarrassing. It's too beautiful. And that there's no such thing as that. Really, you are in a fountain of energy now that is equal to heaven on earth. It's heaven, even though we still don't know where we are as far as the creation of creation. How that it's always changing. Anyway, see, the thing is that you have to go by feeling, and if it's always disease and at unrest and can't find peace and is always put in confusion and more illusion of there never being enough and that you can't be satisfied and that you can't find an answer. And the problem that we have with narcissism and the mind itself is that if it's not seen and handled for what it is, which is just a storage memory bank. See, they hold on to bad experiences. They are not handling higher learning tools enough, which is their own body. That's what we say that narcissism starts in people young who are being abused away from accessing their own faculties and body. Could be the worst is the boundary breaking sexual abuse, right? And even, well, the beatings that can go on. People think that hitting your kids is right. No, it's not. And you are causing problems in other people. See, they're not very social. They have a staunch belief about something. They think you're wrong instead of them working on themselves. They don't know that there's something that needs to be worked on in that relationship. You can stay in a toxic relationship where you're beating on yourself. You don't have to do it physically. I mean, you only wish that after a while you were beat physically so you can realize you get away from it, but now you're in an emotional bondage that is fucking very destructive because they don't care for emotions. They don't care about your emotional life. I see it. You just don't entangle with it. You try to be present to everybody equally. You try to, sorry, now I'm projecting on you when I say you, me, I. You be with yourself enough if you can. Good God, can people get away from people long enough? But handle a higher learning tool. It doesn't have to be your genitals. Go towards music. Go towards a ball of clay. Go towards some good poetry made by people who are enlightened, who can fucking open both hemispheres of your brain just by reading the material. Go to Egypt. Walk through that. Look at the architecture there. Go and learn carpentry. Go and pick up some higher learning tool that makes you feel good whenever you hit that nail on the head. You said, I got something right? Yes, and no people tell you. Your body told you. That's why sex is number one, the only ritual that you are to worry about that they've taken out of the church. Because the religion is love. Hi, how are you? Do you like my videos? Well, like and subscribe, babes. I do things uniquely different in accordance to my freedom of not following the crowd.